It's almost 10 o'clock and I have to work tomorrow and I need to take something to eat with me for lunch. So, since I have someone who wanted to see Chicken Alfredo, that's what we're gonna make. But I'm gonna use tricolor rotini because that's what I have sitting in my house. I already have the water on the stove. I'm gonna get some chicken cut and then we're going to fry up the chicken and make the sauce. So let's go. Wash your chicken. I'm drying it off a little bit because I want to be able to handle it a little easier and not get everything soaking wet. All right, let's get going. And cut my chicken into bite-sized pieces so I can get it cooking up real quick. This is quite a large cutlet. It also has some weird stuff going on the top, so I'm gonna cut a little bit off and just see how it's looking inside. I'm not going to use that portion. The rest of it looks fine. Get my cast iron going. I just got some new olive oil that is not wanting to open. Here we go. Get a bit of olive oil in that cast iron. Enough to coat the bottom of the pan. We're going to allow that to heat up for a moment. That oil is ready for my chicken. Carefully put your chicken in the hot oil so it doesn't splash all over you. And while that chicken is going, I'm going to make a side salad. Which means I need this bowl. Putting in a bit of salt and pepper on my chicken. And I would like to add a little bit of cayenne and a little bit of paprika. All right, let's get our salad going. Start by throwing a good bit of lettuce in there. That's good. Alright, I just washed off all my veggies. Cleaning my knife because I cut the chicken with it earlier. I'm going to do an actual full wash. Okay. Now, for celery, when you're cutting it, you want to cut at a diagonal. If you cut it straight across, you don't really get the fibers to cut very well. So if you cut it at a diagonal, for whatever fucking reason, it works easier. So I'm going to cut it at a diagonal. Excuse me. Look at that. Nice and easy. Throwing that right in my salad. Using about half a bell pepper of each color. So it's the orange. Oh, that's rotten. Don't use rotten bell peppers. Truly unfortunate. I just bought that. I guess since I didn't have the yellow one, I'll do a bit more. I'll do a full orange. I have half a cucumber from before. I want to use that first before it goes bad. Has a couple of soft spots, so I'm going to cut those off. I also want to get rid of a little bit of the skin so it's not as bitter. My mom had a thing with carrots that chewing on a carrot like this hurt her teeth, so we always had to grate carrots. So now I can't stand grated carrots and I have to chop them this way. because I want that crunch. So that's what I do. My tomato. That chicken is beautiful. I'm going to show you. Look at that chicken. Perfect. In all honesty, I should be done making this by now, but I'm finally getting to put my pasta in because the water wasn't on fire. So, let's get some pasta in the water. I'm going to add some olive oil in here. Helps the pasta to not stick after it's done cooking. And while we wait for that, 12 minutes to make the sauce. I got my oven and my pan on already and heating. Use about half a stick of butter. Three-quarters of a stick of butter. Hey Google, set a timer for 12 minutes. I have my pan on high because I need it to heat up quickly. Get this melted and move on to the next step. All right. I know it's difficult to see over there. My butter's boiling. So I turn my heat down. I'm going to add about 3/4 of this right into that butter. Whisk. Get those to integrate real well. We're essentially not going to stop whisking that until it's ready, but I got to cut some garlic. Garlic is chopped and going right into that sauce. I kept it on real low so that I could chop that without burning the sauce. So I just turned it up a little bit so that I can keep stirring it until this is ready. And I'm going to eventually add in about 3/4 of a jar of Parmesan cheese. But I want this to reduce a bit first. Adding in some pepper because I like a little bit of spice to it. I already got my garlic in there. I'm not going to add any salt because the Parmesan cheese is going to have all the salt that we want. This jar was already open, so this is about 3/4 of a jar of Parmesan cheese. We're just going to whisk that in. Until it's fully integrated and just start letting it thicken up. All right, I'm going to test this sauce. It's thickening up really well. That is exactly what you want your sauce to do. It should be thick enough to stick to the edge of the spoon, but also thin enough to drip a little bit. Oh, and that taste is divine. Fuck yeah. This is going to be great. Oh yeah, my noodles are done. Eat that. Wiggly jiggly. Those are perfect. I'm going to off-center just a little bit my lid so that I can pour it out without using a strainer. All right, my noodles are done. My sauce is ready. Turn that off. And pour it right in there. I did leave a little bit of water in the bottom of the... Yummy. Don't burn your fingers. Okay, Google, stop. That's good. I left a little bit of water at the bottom of the sauce so that you get just a little bit of the pasta water in there to help it stick to the noodles and thin out that sauce just a touch. Oh, but that looks great. The one thing that I did not throw in here that I want to add, and I hope that I have. Add some parsley in here. Some thyme. It's 11 o'clock, but this looks divine and I want some now. I'm just going to take a little bit so I can try it. Take a little bit of this chicken. Whoop. That works. Since I am not eating the salad tonight, I'm saving it for tomorrow. I decided to add a little bit of tomato on here. I'm adding a little bit of basil. I added parsley and thyme into it already. I think this is good to go. It smells fantastic. Come on. Can't really tell that this is tricolor rotini, can you? Oh my god, that's good. Fuck yeah. If you don't want to take the time to make the sauce, which in all honesty is the exact same amount of time it takes to make the pasta, you can go buy some. I'm not going to be mad at you. But that's where it's at. Okay, bye. And so you can see how much was really made from all that. I have 2 full containers. That one's like 3/4. That one's full. Containers of pasta for lunch tomorrow, maybe dinner tomorrow or lunch the next day. And 2 full containers of salad. Very quick, very easy. It is now 11 o'clock. It would have only taken me half an hour had I actually started boiling the water when I was supposed to start boiling the water, but it took me about 45 minutes to make this. So worth it.